Okay, hello everybody. So I'm making another animatic, and you're gonna get to see it. And I'm not going to be paying much attention to the chat at all, just to warn you, because I'm going to need to keep checking the music to make sure I'm in the right spot. So, also, yeah, you're gonna get to know what music I'm using. Yeah, I don't really care. But right now, I don't need it yet. Also, I'm not going to record the whole thing, obviously, but good old chunk never hurt, right? Ooh, where was I? I must check. Actually, maybe I can lower it low enough to where nobody will hear it. Alright. I might as well just at least look for my thing in the homepage of YouTube just in case I need to hop over, but I guess I'll check the chat quickly and randomly. Hey! This is madness. Woof. I just can't lose what I'm doing. Ooh, what a glorious circle. Gotta love those circles that aren't circles. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Uh, I don't like that. This is a monstrosity. Woo. I don't know what happened, but I'm not particularly enjoying this pose, but too bad. The more I practice, the better I'll get. That's just what I need to keep telling myself. Ugh. I hate when I art good and then 5 seconds later it's like, oh no! You're actually not arting very well today. Like, thanks, hands and eyes and everything that pertains to me making art. Ugh, ugh. Sorry for all these strange noises. It's just. It's frustrating! It's so frustrating that I can't even English. Holy cow, when did the crowd show up? Jeez. Also, yeah, I'm not going to be able to check the chat. Actually, nah, I might be able to check it more than I think I do, but. Hello, friends. Welcome to the death of Gerson 7601, where today, this is probably gonna kill me. So, yeah, that'll be fun? Question mark? Whoa, did I actually hand? Since when? It's not awful? Question mark? Yeah. This right here. This right here just sums up my entire mood. Ugh. Ugh. Lesson number 5 bajillion on advice. Don't ever zoom in. No, I'm just kidding. That's just more of a me thing. Zooming in just shows everything I'm doing wrong right now. With this particular one. Zooming in is actually a good idea. Don't listen to me. Shoot, that should be the lesson of the day. Don't listen to me. I mean, take my advice with a grain of salt because really, I am not a professional and I'm like a teenager. So, not exactly the best person to listen to when it comes to advice, but I mean, eh, I don't know. For those who haven't been here in a while, you missed a lot. You missed me giving out quote unquote art slash semi life advice. Mostly art, but still. I went into a full on rambly mess because of that, so. Mm. But other than that, I mean, there's been not a lot of streams. There's been not a lot of anything on here. I'm to be completely honest, because school and life and social life and planning for something that actually will be a video, sort of. That's not why it's planned, but I figured I'd video it anyway because I'm gonna be gone for 2 days. Oof. This is going very questionably. I don't know how I feel about this already, which is concerning me, but I'm just gonna say to myself, too late and too bad. That way I don't get discouraged. Because I already started and I already showed some of this, so I'm not gonna make the same mistake I did that one time, which none of you probably know what I'm talking about, but I did show something and animatic wise that was going to be my first sort of thing, but I'm not doing it, so whoops. Also, take advantage now while I can look at the chat briefly, because holy cow. Because I don't know when I'm gonna need to check my little uh, quote unquote time stamp. I know there's another word for it, but I can't think of it right now. Hello, Cillian. Hello, Ko. Hello, Tanner. Because I see all of you in there. The crowd. Alright, so that's good, I think. Alright. Animatic cheats use separate layers for like one part of the body. If you're keeping it in relatively the same pose. Dun dun dun! Holy cow, since when were there four of you? Alright, well, anyway, I'm going to hop out for a second and go back because I need to check where I am. Ugh. Okay. Okay. Woo. Art lessons from the meme god. I suppose that's correct. So, oof. No one needs to hear the stream twice, phone. Relax. Then again, it's my fault because I left the volume up, but whoa. You know what? I think I'm just gonna dish out more advice because I mean, why not? Remember, it's just me and how I do things, so you don't necessarily have to do this, but I'd recommend it to my past self. So, uh, let's see. What should we do first? Should we do art or should we do storytelling? Because I could do both at the moment, I think. Ooh, art or story. That just left it in a tie again. I'll do both, but I just want to know which one I should do first. Yeah. I guess I'll start with art, because, I mean, considering I'm actually doing that, why not? Alright, so, my tip to you when it comes to um, coloring, because oh god, so many people do so many things wrong with coloring. First of all, you see down here, you see this square. Never, ever, ever put it all the way up here. Never put it all the way up to the neon unless you want someone to go blind from the brightness, or unless it's necessary for something. And by necessary, I mean if you're going like with a radioactive neon light. Otherwise, if you want a decent color, go somewhere in the middle. Because I mean, like, that's less eye bleeding, that's less eye bleeding, that's less eye bleeding. Not to mention, they all work together decently if you shade them together. Sort of. Eye bleeding is not the way to go. Don't make everyone's eyes just squint up because of the color choices. Unless you're going for one of those really bright and colorful rainbow OCs as a joke, because I know a lot of people do that too, just please stay away from the neon colors. And I learned this especially with rainbow, because I do have a character with rainbow hair. Go with pastel colors, because it is a saving grace. I mean, it's so much more pleasing to the eye than the very painful bright colors. Like, look at that. That's not bad, right? Like pastels are nice. Anyways, what the heck was I going on about? What else should I talk about as far as art goes? No, I'll make this fair. I'll go in turns. Art and then story. Make it somewhat even. So, let me think. What have I not said already? Because I know I talked a lot about characters. I don't know if I went over character development, though. I don't think I did, but if I did, please tell me. But as far as character development goes, basically, as far as that sort of thing, you want to just kind of take a character and have them end up as a different person from the experience they go through in your story. So if you have a character that if you have a character that's like the average sort of like I don't know, let's say a city guy who like is really like a rich businessman type person who like makes a bunch of phone calls every day and his life is like all these phone calls because his job, like all he cares about his job is he needs more money. He doesn't want to end up on the streets, all right? But let's say he gets fired and through that he does end up on the streets. Now, this is a guy who totally despises the idea of being poor, basically. That is not what I was going for. What am I doing? He basically, the idea is like this character despises the idea of being poor. The streets are gross. But then he meets people on the street who are really nice to him, and they help him out. And throughout his experience there, once he gets back on his feet, he goes to help the people too, where before he probably wouldn't have. That's how you get someone from like this scruffy like not scruffy. What am I talking about? From like this uptight like ew, the streets are gross to like he gets it now. So basically, that's completely based on his experience in the streets. Like if he had ran into like thugs or something, the outcome would be totally different in the end. He'd probably hate it even more, and like, or maybe end up in a gang. Like we don't know. Like you can basically take it anywhere as long as like you change something about the person. Uh, like character slash personality type wise, like not completely, because then that in most cases that won't make sense. Like don't completely make them the opposite of who they were before unless it's something like really contrasting to their personality happens. Even in that situation, not really. Just take one or two things and change them throughout, and you'll have something interesting in most cases, depending on what you do with it and what the secondary, like what you're changing the original into. It's kind of like the Call of the Wild, where the dog ends up in the woods away from like his rich owner and he ends up going wild. Like something like that. So that's what I have to say on that. Now let me see here. Ooh, Sylveon. Like a grayish rainbow? Yeah, that could work. That could work. Like I say, as long as it's not like the bright neon colors. Because holy cow, that I've seen that too often and it really gets annoying very quickly. But yeah, that sounds interesting actually. Oh no, not the linkage. Have to be mod, I think. Oh, well, alright, you know what? Normally I wouldn't do this, but whoosh. Sylveon, you've been granted access. Try posting a link. Because maybe KO there is right about being mod. Maybe that'll work. It's worth a shot. Why not? Hey, alright. Let's see here. Whoosh! To Safari! Because that's my default opener. Whoa. The page doesn't exist! Oh no, that's not okay. Oh jeez. Yeah, let me try it again. Maybe it's just my internet. Nope. That's terrible. I feel so bad. Oh, maybe it's because I'm not logged in? It shouldn't be, but. You know what? I'm just gonna hop on DeviantArt and try and look and see if I can find. Holy moly. There is so much going on. I think this is you, Sylveon. I'm not sure. But I'm like 95% sure this is you. Gosh, such adorable art. Alright, let's try this again. Ah, I see. So like a sort of dark pastel rainbow. I see what you're going for. That's good. That's interesting, really. It's like a shadowy rainbow. It's cool. But yeah, something like that could work. Ooh, what was I on? Was I on art or story? I can't remember. I think it was on art. Yeah, because I just finished talking about character development. Alright, let's see. What else for art that I haven't already gone over? Oh, shading. Hold on. I'm gonna get out an actual example for this because holy cow. Not even like a year ago, my shading was so bad. Let's see if I can find something good. A good example of my amateur shading. Ooh. Oh, the farther I scroll back in my files, the worse it gets. Alright, so let's see. Where is something that I actually tried to shade in? Okay. Let's see. Is that... No, that one's okay. That one's not shaded, but it's still bad. Okay, here we go. Goodness gracious. Okay. This is also an example of really old art. Or not even really old art, but old art. This is so wrong for so many reasons, but I'm going to talk about the shading. Because, oh, I made so many mistakes. Alright. So. Also, I'm starting a Pokemon comic. I have one page up. Yes, Sylveon, do it! It'll be beautiful. It's funny you mentioned that considering this is a Pokemon-related picture. Okay, so, ignoring the fact that there are multiple things wrong with this, we're going to talk about the shading alone. This is not how you do it. It's so fluffy and it doesn't make any sense. Okay, so, I think the light is coming from up here, but up higher. Like in the center, but somewhere like way up here. So, first of all, it's not really dark enough for anything. Like, it's really light in most areas, especially on stuff like this. And it's way too. What's the word? It's way too. I can't think of the right word, but it's not showing the correct textures that it should be. Um, it should be darker than this. It shouldn't be. You don't use black and white on shading unless it is something that is gray or black or white, because then you end up with something similar to this. Unless you have, unless what is it? Why is this? What? Okay. Anyway, unless you do something where you have a dark color and then you make the opacity a lot, like a really low number, like 29, because otherwise it just doesn't look right. I mean, if I just just do that. Like, no, it's not okay. You should use similar colors to what you already have picked out. And by similar, I mean, my mistake was going like, actually, I think this, yeah, this has neon colors, or at least close. Like, that's really borderline neon color. The background is neon colors. Ugh, I made so many mistakes before. But what I mean is, if you start with like a regular color, you start with your base, then you go just like a smudge diagonal left for something lighter, and a smudge diagonal right for something darker, like this, because then it blends together nice. You end up with this. And as far as hair goes, I'm sure you've seen what I do with that now, where I just kind of like have an area and go a little darker and just kind of dot everywhere and then shade it. I don't know why that works sort of more preferably to me, but it just does. So there's some tips on shading. Don't use black or white, and have somewhat of an idea of the texture of things that you're working with. Like, the only thing I know for certain at this point is the hair thing. And for the most part, I know where shading on the face goes. I think. Clothing, I still don't have the best of times with. Like, I can tell it's not perfect, but hey, it's alright, I guess. I gotta go, so I'll see you next video stream. Alright, see you, KO. Alright, as far as story, let's see, what next about story? Let's see. Let me think for a second about this. I don't really know at the moment what to say about story, because I've gone over character development. I went over. Did I go over personality traits? I don't think I did. Well, okay, so personality traits. My guideline on personality traits is use stuff that makes sense, and really anything can make sense. But I mean, what I mean is, if you have a shy character, all right, and you put them in a situation, have them react like a shy character would. Also, don't give them a trait like brave, because they probably wouldn't be if they're shy. Or at least not in most situations. You don't see that many shy people who are brave, because if they were brave, they would have the confidence to talk to someone. Most likely. In certain situations, yes, they could be brave, but I'm not saying to, like, make them this, like, oh, I don't fear anything except talking to people. Like, no. That's not how people work. Also, I do recommend that you sort of base your characters off of people you know at first. And what I mean is, don't make it obvious that it's someone you know. unless they're okay with it, of course. But what I mean is, like, take someone's basic personality traits and apply them to your character with a few mixed in that are different to differentiate. Like, I have a character based off one of my uh, best friends who's uh, got a few traits that are different from them, but they're still somewhat based off of the actual person. And technically, every character should be based off a real person, because as far as personality traits go, like design, that doesn't matter, but you want to make them human-like. Like, your characters should have emotions, unless they're robots, in which case robots are kind of emotionless, so I guess you get a pass. I'm rambling so much that I'm forgetting to actually draw. Oops. Um, all right. Another art. Let's see. All right. So, um, there is one more thing I could say about characters, or really anything. If you have something in a really, like, basic pose where it's like, body, legs, arms to the side sort of thing, and then the face facing forward, stop. Or at least stop for a little bit, because you don't want to end up with a whole bunch of art of characters all in the same position. Honestly, it's I know it's like the thing that, like, the best pose that I know, or like the easiest pose to do, but you need to get out there and try different poses. Heck, I'm doing that as we speak, technically. Like, the easiest pose for me to do is something like this, where it's forward facing, chest up, or at least this isn't really forward facing, but it's chest up. But I have a mix here. Like, I have this one, and yeah, it's similar, but I have the entire body. I have an arm in a different position than I would normally do. And I also have feet, which I don't draw very often. Or I do, like, close ups on faces too. Like, super close up on eyes and stuff like that. Um, this one's from the side. And it's a head turn. Not a very good head turn, but it's a head turn. This one's just full on from the side. It's like a profile shot. So just don't stick with the same position all the time, because then you end up with, like, the generic type poses or the same thing over and over again, and that's not what you should be doing. Sometimes I even make weird character poses. Like, I know I did one where it was like the face there, the arm down, the body like this, sort of, the arm out here, the leg up, because it was a kick up position, the other leg bent. Something like this. I'll admit I don't do them as often as I think I should, but I still do experiment with this sort of thing, because, like I'm saying, you shouldn't stick with the same generic type poses forever, because then you won't improve, honestly. Um. All right. Well, give me a second to think of another story related one. Hmm. All right. Well, I can't say too much about this because I do this a lot. But tragic stories aren't always necessary. I'll admit, the majority of the things that I've written or made stories are tragic because I'm a person who does like a good ending that's, a non happy one. But they aren't 100% necessary. Like, I do enjoy a good story where there's a satisfying conclusion and everybody's happy in the end. Um, 'Cause, those are nice. Even where, like, villains can be happy in the end, not getting their way, sort of happy, like, no, the good guy wins, sort of thing, should still be there, I think. Because I do like a good, like, good guys win sort of thing, but not all, it depends what it is, but it's satisfying if you have, like, a villain join over to the good side, or it could be something interesting if you have a good character join the villain. Like, you never know with these sorts of things. I also like a good end, a nice ending. I think would be, or like a good quote unquote ending, would be if something completely unexpected happens, but it's a good unexpected, where it's not like where it still makes sense, but it's also unexpected, like a nice little twist. Like, she was the murderer, even though he was the mysterious one. Like, I know that's a little bit of a generic example, but hey, I mean, I do like that sort of thing. Woof. Is anybody watching? Yes, there's one person. Woo. Ugh. I think I've exhausted my supply of advice for now. Also, my throat, because it's dying. So that's fine. Ugh. What a mess. Alright. I need to check where I am. So excuse my absent? Absence. Jeez. Oh, I forgot. I need to hear. Oh, wait. Idea. Alright. Okay, I've returned to the chat officially. Oof. Now let's see. Stop, phone. You're messing me up, man. Is this how a brain looks? Probably not. It's more circular, I'm pretty sure, but whoops, too late. Now is the true test of power. Can I draw a hand? Oh boy. How does one do this? Oh, it's not good, but and they're so infuriating. Goodness gracious. Ugh. Oh wait, I just realized I didn't need to do that. Ugh. doesn't look okay, but we're gonna ignore it. We're gonna ignore it and continue life because and this one looks better. Great. Beautiful. Definitely couldn't be better. Quote unquote. Yeah. Uh, this is painful. Straight up painful. But it's too late now. Where in the world am I on this? I'm checking again. Oof, alright. I keep forgetting to go back and check the chat, so whoops. Sylveon, make those pancakes. Whoa! Make those pancakes and make them good, because I'm sure you will. But you didn't miss much. You might have missed this and maybe this, but right now we're here. I need to check where I am again. Ah! Oof. Okay, back over to the chat briefly. Whoa! I didn't want to select. Sorry for being so quiet, it's just I don't really know what to talk about, so yeah. Also, I'm checking my spot right now. I gotta fix some stuff up, so I'm gonna do that as soon as I figure out where it was. Here we go. Alright. Looks good. That's good. Yep. Okay. Okie doke. Alright, well, guess that ends that. Thanks for watching. And, I can't talk. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this garbage. This will be out probably next week. Because I know I have other stuff that I'm going to upload this week. Oh, sorry. So, yeah. See you guys next time. Bye,